course, we had the huge knockout loss for Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois knocks Anthony Joshua out in the 5th round. I mean, a crazy fight, but one that I was actually quite surprised with the result. To be honest, I think myself and a lot of people had AJ winning this fight going into it, but Dubois banged him out. Dubois can bang. Dubois is a big puncher, and he landed the right shots at the right times and put AJ flat on his face, and that was it. AJ didn't. I mean, AJ's an interesting type of boxer because in his previous fights he was sort of showing that he had the minerals to try and create something and set something up, but that all went out of the window against Dubois. And AJ once again, like he did when he lost to Ruiz, even though the Ruiz loss was a bit weird in terms of the nature of it, but we saw in the Usyk fights, and then we've seen again in this Dubois fight. You know, AJ, he's really shown his level, and AJ, he can change trainers, he can change styles slightly, but it comes down to it at the end of the day. AJ's not. It's hard to say because AJ, he's accomplished a lot in his career, and I look back at it on paper, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's had a good career, but it's hard. You know, you watch some of these AJ fights, and some of them can be really boring, and then he'll get outclassed by like an Usyk, and then he'll lose to a Dubois, he'll get knocked out by Ruiz, and we're watching it and we're like, he's nothing special, is he? You know, like I see him in these losses, and I see the way he gets handled by these boxers that are elite, and to be fair, Dubois isn't even an elite boxer. If I'm being honest, Dubois is a big puncher. He know the difference between AJ and Dubois is Dubois knows his strengths. Dubois knows he's a big guy who's going to come and knock guys out. Now, AJ's sort of caught in a no man's land where he's a big guy and he can knock guys out, but AJ can't really take a shot like that. And he's not good enough defensively to avoid taking shots like that. You know, fundamentally, he's a decent boxer. I mean, I say that. Against Dubois, he had next to no fundamentals against Dubois. You know, chin high up in the sky, hands by his side, just taking huge shots. And you deserve to get it. If you're at this level, at a world championship heavyweight boxing level, and you're boxing like that, you deserve to get knocked out. 10 times out of 10, you deserve to get knocked out. Right? So, really interesting fight. You know, both of them went at it, which is, you know, what I love to see, because both of these guys are big punchers, they're big guys, and I want to see someone get knocked out, you know, and that's what we saw. Both of them came to fight. You know, I'll give respect to AJ because he didn't try and run, didn't try and hide, he came out to fight. He paid the price because he's not got the chin for it, and he's not a big enough puncher to sleep Dubois like that. You know, a prime Deontay Wilder would have been a problem for a guy like Dubois, because Dubois defensively isn't good enough. You know. But really an interesting fight. But more so, I'm interested to see what's next for both of these guys. AJ's ruled out of retirement, which I think is a bit silly. It's a bit silly for him to rule out of retirement because he's not going to be... I think in boxing, I sit and say he's not going to be a world champion again, but you've got so many of these bullshit belts where you've got like a Dubois with like an IBF title or something. So Daniel Dubois is a world champion. He's not, do you know what I mean? But he's got a belt, so he's a world champion. Usyk is the world champion, is the heavyweight world champ. But Daniel Dubois has one of the belts, so that's what it's like. So I can't sit here and be like, AJ's not going to be world champion again, because the politics that govern these boxing governing bodies, someone will get stripped and then AJ will fight a bum for a world title and, oh, AJ's a world champion again. But he will never be like a undisputed or a unified heavyweight champion again. He'll never do anything meaningful in terms of winning a championship or dominating the division again, because he's lost twice to Usyk. He can't fight Usyk again because Usyk will just cook him again. He's been knocked out badly by Dubois. The Deontay Wilder fight, I don't think anyone wants to see that Deontay Wilder fight anymore. So, well, I don't know if that fight happens. If it happens, it will have to happen in somewhere like Saudi, where, because both of these guys probably still think they're superstars and will want a lot of money, but I don't know. And then Dubois, I imagine Dubois will go on to fight either Usyk or Fury, because I think they've got a rematch, Usyk and Fury. So whoever wins that will fight Dubois next. But super interested to know what you guys think will happen. What's next for AJ and what's next for Dubois? Let me know in the comments below.